When he reached out his hand, she laughed. Not a chuckle, but the kind of laugh that says, "You're beneath me." But 5 minutes later, the entire room gasped as the man they dismissed walked away with $4 billion in support. This is not just a story, it's a reckoning. There's a boardroom in Manhattan where the air itself seems to whisper power. The walls are beige, but the people who sit around that table wear confidence like armor. And today, at precisely 9 a.m., a meeting was scheduled that no one expected would rewrite the room's entire future. He walked in, tall, poised, dressed in a clean white shirt and black tie. A briefcase in hand, not to impress, but because he meant business. His name was Marcus, but to them, he was just the guy from the support fund. Across the table stood Evelyn Drake, the billionaire, cold, sharp. Her presence filled the room like winter wind. Her company had requested a private pitch meeting for funding, a $400 million initiative, a merger they thought was a formality. Marcus extended his hand, a gesture as old as humanity. She didn't even flinch. She laughed. "I don't shake. Hands with staff," she said, turning away as if swatting a fly. The room froze. Her team chuckled uncomfortably. But Marcus? He didn't lower his hand in shame. He let it drop, slow, steady, like closing the lid on a memory he'd already buried too many times before. He smiled, but it wasn't a kind smile. It was the kind of smile that says, "I see everything, and I know what comes next." 5 minutes later, just as Evelyn launched into her pitch about inclusive innovation and ethical expansion, Marcus's assistant entered silently and handed him a tablet. He glanced at the screen, then stood up. Marcus said calmly, "Thank you, Ms. Drake. This meeting is no longer necessary." Evelyn looked up, confused. "Excuse me? The $4 billion support fund has been allocated elsewhere. We found partners who believe in shaking hands." Her face went pale. You can't be serious," she stammered. "You needed us." "No," Marcus replied. "We gave you the chance to stand beside us. You chose to stand above us." Power doesn't always walk in with noise. Sometimes it wears humility. Sometimes it offers a hand before it ever flexes its might. And sometimes, when you laugh at the wrong man, you don't just lose a deal. You lose history in the making. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't seek revenge. He just walked out and let the silence speak for itself. If this story moved you, share it. Let the world remember. Respect isn't given to titles. It's given to character. Subscribe for more real stories that hit where it matters most.